Menzies is here.
Waiting for me. Oh, thank you.
I promise you on behalf of our viewers that we will not only defend you against their bullshit charges, but we will take the fight to them and sue them for not only the torts they committed against you, but also the charter violations. I'm so sorry you went through this, and I thank you on behalf of our company and our viewers.
Ezra, it was a surreal experience. I'm so sorry you and Efren have wasted hours of your night here, and it was the least thing I expected. You know, it was very funny. The pro-Hamas people, they can be violent. And we were talking in the morning meeting. We're not sure we have enough time to get security. And I said, oh, well, the Prime Minister there, there'll be security galore. There'll be RCMP, there'll be police. We don't need security. And I was thinking in terms of being protected from Hamas. I didn't think the police would do a stitch-up job. Again, it's deja vu from January.
Well, we got it on tape. Efron was there, and we have it on tape where the police grabbed you and pulled you out.
What is going on now? We just want you. What's the problem? Guys, excuse me. We're trying to put him behind. Hey, that's my guy. That's my guy. Stop. Hey. Why don't you take care of the
We have the false arrest itself.
You'll be under arrest for obstruction, please. Here we go. Hey, stop. That's my wallet. You're under arrest for obstructing police. There we go. What is this? I've asked you for identification numerous times. You failed to identify yourself. That's obstructing police. Efren, can you grab my stuff?
We'll get it, sir. Don't worry. Nobody will touch it. We'll get your identification for you.
Okay, I think you guys are going to be hearing from our lawyers.
I'm looking at my watch. It's 12:18 a.m. You've been arrested for, I think you've been in custody for 4 hours or so.
That
I have to
sounds right.
check. Now, were you physically hurt during the arrest?
I'm not, I don't think so. I mean, I've got this screwed up shoulder, but, that's been an ongoing issue. But, no, I can't say that. But again, Ezra, it's not the assault, it's the charter.
Oh, I know.
violations.
It's your freedom of the press, but also your freedom of religion. Why should you have to move because some guy says this is holy sidewalk in front of you?
What?
Your freedom of mobility to move around? It's all violated not by the Hamas guys, but by the police.
Yeah, and it's amazing. The reason why we're there, Ezra, is that we were asking the pro-Hamas people on the other side of the cordoned off area by the police, to get comments. And then we knew the anti-Trudeau people were on the other side, led up by Derek, constant fixture. So we went there to interview him. That happened to be where this impromptu prayer session was going to take place. And I say was going to take place because they weren't in any kind of prayer when I got there.
It was a stunt. It was a ruse.
Yeah. And I was looking for Derek, and then I recognized the individual who had stolen Lincoln Jay's camera.
Rather than one.
Yes.
He's the thug. He's the leader of these Hamas thugs.
He seems to be getting the orders these days, the law enforcement.
Well, I mean, if he doesn't have them delivering coffee to him, he's giving them orders. Yeah, I got one more question before I forget. What was the cell you were in like? And I know you've been arrested before, for example, in Montreal. Just tell me what it was like in the holding cell.
It was cleaner than Montreal. I will say this, Ezra. They say time flies when you're having fun. When you are sitting in a concrete cell and you don't have a book or a magazine or a cell phone, time crawls at a snail's pace. That's the first thing. The second thing is, it's just a sanitary issue. There is a toilet right beside that little, concrete bed, but there's no warm water, there's no soap, there's no toilet, and
No toilet.
I know. I don't understand. And it looked like somebody had taken paper towels and put some sticky stuff on it and had thrown it up to the ceiling because, you're lying there and you have nothing to do. You're looking at the ceiling and there's all these like paper towels that have hit
It's
adhesed.
so gross, and you know what? It's that way on purpose as a kind of humiliation. How are the police themselves? I mean, we saw some of the folks who arrested you. How were you treated when you were brought here and when you were put in the cell?
They were friendly. I will say that they were doing their job.
And you got a phone call from the lawyer, Leora Shemesh?
I did indeed. I
Okay.
spoke to Leo.
And did she? How long did you speak with her for?
Probably a good 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay.
And she basically said she'll be representing me and, take the paperwork, which I have, and she'll go to the court.
So we crowdfunded Leora Shemesh. We did a quick video of her arrest.
Okay.
And I want to say thanks to viewers who have chipped in at standwithdavid.com. We're not just going to play defense on this. I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine you're sick of it.
Yeah.
We're going to sue the Toronto police because they have become politicized and biased. There's two-tier policing. They are violating the charter rights of journalists. And no one has said no to them yet. Not the mayor, not the police chief, not the Toronto Star. So we're going to say no to them. We're going to ask a judge to say no to them. And we've done this before for other journalists. Our friend Avi Amini in Australia, he was falsely arrested again and again and again until we sued the police. And they actually wrote him a lengthy apology. We're suing the RCMP. We're going to sue the Toronto police. And we will not abide the abuse from the Hamas thugs, nor will we abide it from the Toronto police. And I want to tell you that. I don't want to keep you longer. Have you had a chance to call your wife since you got out?
No, I haven't.
I'm sure she wants to get a call from you. We'll let you go because it's really late.
Yeah.
I would just say to our viewers at home and around the world, 200,000 people have watched the video of your arrest in the last hour. So people are outraged, as they should be. On behalf of Rebel News and myself, I want to thank people for standing with David. And I pledge to you that we will not stop simply with his acquittal. We will continue thereafter to go after the police until a judge puts them in the right place. Last question. What were you charged with?
It was, I think it was causing a disturbance. And
You had a Hamas intifada near riot, and they charged you with causing an disturbance.
yeah, and let's see. This is the detective that we have to deal with, Ezra. And also the second charge was violating my peace bond based on the fake arrest of the LCBO manager, Ashley Metella, who falsely accused me of assault. So I had to sign a peace bond, which
Struck peace officer, breach of peace bond.
yeah.
Absolutely outrageous, and we're not going to let this stand. We're not going to let Toronto turn into Gaza. David, let's get you calling your wife,
Okay.
and we'll say goodnight and thanks to our viewers. Cheers.
Thank you, Efren. Thank you, everybody.